And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB. M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479-9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J Video Games and Collectibles.
Off we go.
And he's still over. I guess for now it's okay, but you better hurry up and figure out what you're doing.
You're running out of
That's
juice.
for sure.
Some of the big news that hit: AEW All-In's true attendance numbers revealed. Freedom and information requests, I call it sex lies and videotape. The Brent Castle, the local authority for the borough situation in Greater London, responded to a request shedding light on the turnstile count for the event.
Okay.
According to their records, the number of actual ticketed fans presented to the venue was 72,265. However, AEW had announced a total paid attendance of 81,035.
Liars, frauds, cons, shills.
Con!
Yeah, con! Yeah. You know what? Honestly, who cares? 72,000, 80,000, 81,000. I don't really care.
To be honest with you, think about it, dude.
Who
Those
cares?
tickets could have been bought by a scalper or whatever those companies are.
Right.
They just didn't sell them.
Right.
They bought them. It's a sale. It doesn't really matter.
And by the way, I don't want to trigger a whole nother conversation, but if Punk's not on this card, they draw about 50. The place is half full.
You think? I don't think it even mattered if Punk was on.
I think it did. I think it did. I feel like it did. But you know.
So you don't, 72,000. I agree with you.
They did great.
What's the
That's
difference?
still great. That's fine. They did fine.
What is your concern, though?
You know how they rode that wave, though, afterwards?
What are your concerns about their attendance in the States at this point?
They're not going to get this in the States. They're just, like I told you, Britain is, the English are very, very passionate, and we're thrilled to have a big stadium
If they go back next year, you think it sells 80,000?
I think the Brits would come back. Sure, why not? I mean, if they're doing it once a year, they'd probably be looking forward to it over there. Why wouldn't they? They love their wrestling, man. You know, it was a major card with famous names. By the way, the famous names are all WWE cast-offs, so let's get that out of the way.
Well,
but they made sure to go see it, you know, and I think they would come back.
And it's just a wrestler. It doesn't matter about – well, I did read somewhere where WWE programming is not as prevalent in the UK. Okay. It's harder to get. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, let's hold a WrestleMania over there and watch 100,000 people standing on the roof of Wembley.
But for what I heard is
don't worry about their popularity over there.
You got to pay cable or whatever to see WWE programming.
Right.
On the other hand, you don't. Again, I could have it wrong.
Dude, we pay for Peacock.
I understand.
So,
I get it.
You know, I'm sure that there's plenty over there that pay for it. There's a lot of Brit channels, as you know, including Tushy Boy. Mommy forgot to give him his breakfast this morning. He called Dutch all in a rush. You know, he was all upset. Say something about the guys from New York.
Do you think Tushy Boy went there?
I'm sure he did. The only problem was he couldn't see because Mantel's mustache was in the way. He's like, could you move that out of the way? Please?
You know, it's funny.
I'll move it when I'm damn ready.
Because a lot of people, off of our rant on Mantel, a lot of people are like, you don't know shit. Mantel's so respected. He's the greatest, blah, blah, blah. Here's my point.
All right, so enjoy your idol worship and move on.
If he was so great, him and Bully Ray, how come the WWE's not knocking down their door to be an agent?
You know what? To really fill in these people
or a writer
as to why we don't hold Dutch Mantel on a giant pedestal and bow and all that other crap. Well, it's real obvious. Growing up here on the East Coast, he was nothing more than a little tiny photo in the corner of the wrestling magazine. Right. Big fucking deal.
And to be honest with you,
anyway,
when I used to look at him, I'd be like, "Who's this guy?"
Right.
He had no muscle tissue.
Right.
He had hair. I mean, I'm being serious.
I know
he
you
had
are.
hair all over his back.
Right.
It was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like this is like it was like Wolfman.
Yeah, kind of.
Like George Steele.
Yeah, I wanted to put an X over the photo in the magazine, like
Dude,
Wolfman.
Growing up, you were scared of George Steele. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it wasn't like you were like, oh, he's my favorite wrestler. Like George Steele was no one's favorite wrestler.
You know what? Maybe he could have been. Nobody we knew.
I don't think so.
Imagine
man.
that. You have pictures of George all over your.
Could you imagine?
Like,
Like, oh, this is my favorite
Your
wrestler.
mom's like dinner. It'd be like, what the hell's wrong with
Yeah,
the
you're
kid?
imitating. Like, it was cool to imitate Macho Man, even
Right.
Honky Tonk Man.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
But you're gonna imitate George Steele.
I loved imitating.
And
him.
then, give me your imitation of Dutch Mantel. What would that be like?
Dutch Mantel.
Yeah. As a wrestler, forget the podcast.
I dare you to step over this line. I'm a stepping. Over this line. Over this line. He's fucking Yosemite Sam. I'm not taking him seriously.
Oh my
Stop
God,
it.
Stop.
You know.
And you know, with respect,
And you
to
know
that
who
kid
we
in
are
England,
too, don't you, Shorty?
Who
Anyway.
has the audacity
What's
to write
that?
like James, that kid James?
Yeah.
Again, I don't follow him or watch
Right,
him,
right.
but I did see one video, and the guy wrote a book.
He
It's
did?
like, yeah, what kind of
Wait. What was the title? Me and my acne?
no? On my stupid heartbreak kid heart tattoo on my right
He
arm.
does? He has one?
Yeah, he always shows
That's
it like
great.
in his
Is
sleeve.
Tweety Bird on the other shoulder?
I didn't look. But
Just checking.
But it's like he wrote a book on like Owen Hart. Like, what do you know about Owen Hart? It's like the audacity of these people who
Sure, why
write
not?
books about whatever.
Hey, he's a historian. Show some respect.
He's like 14 years old. He's a historian.
Okay, maybe he's pushing 15. Be nice.
Give me
Would
a
you
break.
please? Come
Give
on.
me a
Hey, but you know how
break.
he's very professional. He gives very, very tight interviews.
Yeah, especially.
Very tight.
Do it live. Do
especially
it live
when
instead
he-
of putting it in a can
Oh,
and
of
work on
course.
it.
He just,
I mean, if
wait
that's
a
your
minute.
only job,
14
working on YouTube videos, there you go.
1405 Mantel farts.
Exactly.
Edit that out. All right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
Anyone can look perfect if you sit
If
and
you
work
got
on it for
nothing else
6
to
hours.
do while mommy's making you meatloaf,
Right.
it's pretty fucking
Right.
easy, right?
Right.
I
I
mean,
would think that, it's a lot easier to look perfect when you're
are
editing
we
for
just
6
old
hours.
man haters?
Yeah.
We are. We're angry.
Yeah,
'cause
we're
old.
mad as hell because we got like maybe 10 to 15 minutes left. I mean, this
Well,
is terrible.
don't give us 10 to 15 minutes.
Well,
but
I have a good
maybe
feeling
10 to
that-
15
I got
years.
some itching lately on my feet, and I don't know what's going on. you
Jay
know.
Will says George Steele was treated as a serious wrestler when he appeared
It's
in
true.
GCW.
It's true. You know something though. Even in the height of George the Animal Steele's insanity, before the Macho Man thing, okay, before that,
Right.
George Steele was someone to fear.
the
He
po-
used to come the hell out there, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, the
But
C-word
he
part."
wasn't your favorite
Oh,
wrestler.
hell
That's
no.
my point.
But I did
like,
take him seriously.
Of course.
Before the, one man pretty.
all right, so So
you know.
both of us were big sports collectible guys.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So back in the day, I used to have I was big in the NBA. I used to have a lot of Knicks stuff and whatever else. So recently, after my last surgery, I decided to make a man cave of wrestling, right? And only specific. So I'm gonna name some people on there. I mean, this is
In your man cave?
In the man cave.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I've got Charlotte Flair.
That's fantastic. That makes
I've
sense.
got Hogan, steel
course.
cage against King Kong Bundy, both sides.
You were at that match, first of
Big-
all.
big old picture frame,
Let's
beautiful,
enhance that.
right?
They're both, they signed.
Oh, yeah.
King Kong's not with us anymore.
I know.
That is a fantastic piece you got.
And
there.
again, WrestleMania 2, I like. A
Did
lot
you
of
like the
people don't
blue
like it.
cage?
I love the blue cage.
Okay, just checking.
Look,
Did the blue cage sign
listen,
the photo?
I could no, it didn't.
not?
It would be a pretty good idea. But
Blue cage.
but to be honest with you, like I understand people hating WrestleMania 2. I just happen to
You
love
were
it. Right? I
there.
love it. I
You
just
were
love
there.
it. I love the
mean,
whole
come
thing
on.
when Hogan broke his ribs and
Right.
it was cool.
Listen, I like the Elder from Kiss. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and make
Yeah.
fun of you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not doing that. I'm just a boy. Just a boy.
The
Anyway,
Elder.
yeah, it's
Oh
a
my
great
God.
album, man. Check it out.
Dude, I respect your musical ability, but that's a little crazy.
Well, it's not a Kiss album. That's what throws people off.
Also, I've got Orndorff
listen to the music.
I've also got Orndorff Piper, right? And then on the other side, I got Roman Reigns right behind my chair.
Piper Reigns, very nice.
I got
okay.
Adonis,
Adonis,
Ventura,
very nice.
the East-West
Once upon a
connection.
time, Morocco would have been on this wall, but he blew it.
Morocco is on my
He
list.
is!
Morocco.
Look at you, you're a forgiving guy.
Morocco and Fuji.
Okay,
both
that's
signed.
cool. Very cool.
Then I got
Signed by
Morocco.
Fuji.
Both
He's
signed
not
by
with us
Fuji.
either.
No, it's really
very
nice.
piece.
I got Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm trying to think. I've got the Hendrick Fine Art thing that was painted.
Do you have a CM Punk on your toilet bowl?
I do
Like,
not
you
have a
sit
CM
on him every day.
But I guess my
Just,
point
like,
is, though,
unload.
like, could you imagine a guy in his room having a Dutch Mantel?
No.
It's like,
No.
where's my Dutch Mantel?
Yeah, you know what this room is missing? You know what this room is missing? A Dutch Mantel 8x10. Where is it? Are you kidding me? You'd ruin the room if you put that up. I'd have to drive over to your house and pull it off the wall.
That's how you know that guy sucks.
Yeah, well, you know how else you know that guy sucks? When you try to get him on a few times and he like at the last minute was unprofessional. That's when you know he really sucks.
Yeah,
and you're wondering why we do what we do.
By the way, I'm glad he didn't come on.
Yeah, well,
to be
that's
honest
true.
with you, what are we going to talk to that guy
I
about?
have no idea. Whatever it was going to be, he wasn't going to accurately tell it because he can't remember anything.
The guy's out of gas on that other channel. It's like now they just talk about like what we're talking about.
Hey, cornflakes or frosted flakes? Well, you know, frosted flakes gets in my mustache.
It was invented in 1962.
I think. Meanwhile, you look it up 1922. It's like if you really start looking up half the things he says.
And by the way,
wait a minute.
one of the most disgusting, he's chewing on that cigar. It's all soaking wet. It's like, dude, like you're on camera. All right, anyway.
You know, that might be what happens when you go to hell. You come back as his cigar, and he chews on you. That sounds awful.
Wow.
That's
good
rough.
thought.
I better behave.
As a cigar.
I better behave myself. I don't want to wind up like that.
Gunther breaks the Intercontinental.